Okie dokie. I need to set an alarm because I have work in an hour, so cannot blow that one. Um, eh, we'll milk it a little bit. We'll get there right at 4 o'clock. How's everybody doing? We're doing this again. Um, I've gotten a few questions. I think I'm gonna just do a video talking about my hat. Uh, I get asked about it a lot. There's not much to it. The story's pretty simple, to the point. Um, I started skating in 2010, and from my hometown of Kokomo, Indiana. I will plug and preach that town till the day I die. Ride or die. This is kind of loud. But yeah, I started skating in 2010, and I remember one of the first contests I went to. It was probably like a year into me skating. It was in Fort Wayne, Indiana, at their public skate park. The name is slipping me for some reason. I should know this, but it was like one of the few parks in all of Indiana that had lights. So that was cool. And on this day, this was one of the first times I traveled out of Kokomo to go skate, other than in my hometown. So I went with some friends. It was like a contest, but the contest, it was a game of skate, flat ground skate, but they held it in the bowl, which was kind of weird. And at the time, I didn't know. I didn't know that was like weird, I guess, or funny. I didn't know shit about skateboarding. I was, 13, 14, just super, just like, just wanted to hang out with my friends and just go fast and figure it out. And I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. Kind of like today. Um, but yeah, entered this contest. I could barely get my board off the ground. I could barely ollie. I had got like dead last. Like flat ground skate, I remember like I lost first round. Like kid did a kickflip. I'm like, oh fuck, I can't do that. So I tried, just kind of rolled over. Ended up getting last, and it was either like a product toss or someone just gave it to me for showing up. Like, here's your ribbon for participating. Um, so yeah, I remember getting this hat somehow. I don't remember exactly who I got it from, who I obtained it from, but side note, tell me if you like the Stone Cold Steve Austin, Ed Norton, American History X facial hair I got going. My mom already disapproves, and so does everybody else, but I might let it ride. A little flavor saver. But yeah, I got the hat, and at the time it was a brand new hat in 2010, and it's a Brixton hat. It's I think 50% acrylic, 40% polyester, and 10% wool. Whatever that means. It's made in China, but it's by Brixton. It was a super cool hat. Never seen anything like it. I was like, oh, this is cool. Whatever. Got my first like little like token from skateboarding. I thought that was pretty neat, and I was just kind of like in the moment, just realizing where I was at and what had just happened. Like on the outside, oh, it's not a big deal. Like you won a stupid hat for getting last place at a skate contest. Well, looking back now, thinking about it, it's a constant reminder that how long I've been doing this and where it's taken me and the people who I've been able to meet through doing so. And I think a lot of people can relate to that with skateboarding. It's able to transport you through life, and it gives you the ability to be yourself and just connect with people. And it's the only activity, sport, whatever you call it, that allows you to reach different age demographics without it being weird. And I hate using weird because weird can be used as creepy or any other form of that word. But it's used, like skateboarding makes it not weird. To like, put it this way. I've been skating since I was 13. I have friends that are 50 and 60 that I skate with, and I have friends that are 10 and 12 that I skate with. And I talk to them like I'm their age. Because I think everyone who skateboards, they're all mentally 12 years old at heart. It doesn't go away. It's the fountain of youth. But there's no way you could get in a car on a road trip, have a 50-year-old man driving, a 25-year-old in the passenger seat, a 13-year-old in the back seat, and another 20-something in the other back seat. If you got pulled over by a cop and he said, hey, where are you guys going? Oh, we're gonna go play soccer. You're going to fucking jail. That's creepy. Maybe that's just me. But if you told the cop, oh, we're gonna go to a skate park, he'd look at you and be like, yeah, that makes sense. It's probably a little over the top, but in my head it makes sense. And yeah. Anyway, weird tangent. But yeah, this hat reminded me to just keep things fun. It reminded me that, there's more than your home out there. Like, I'm getting so sentimental over a silly little hat, and it just reminded me that it was fun. Like, I went to this contest with two of my buddies. Didn't know what I was getting into. We had a blast driving up there, the hour and 25, 30 minutes it takes to get to Fort Wayne from Kokomo. And my buddy stepdad drove us. We got in a big van and went, and it felt like, whoa, like this is like what a skate trip feels like. It was cool. It was like my first like real taste of like, dang, like there's other skate parks out there. There's more people doing it. Like there's more than just like the 6 people in my hometown doing it. And like at the time, Instagram wasn't like, I don't think it was a thing back in 2010, 2011. Like there was no posting of skateboarding. I'd see a few YouTube videos of like video parts, whatever. Like my first video I watched was Cheese and Crackers with Day One and Chris Haslam, and that's influenced me a lot today. Like I love mini ramp. Like we grew up on mini ramps. Like the Midwest winters sucked because it would snow for 3-4 months out of the year, and there was maybe a handful of indoors, maybe 2, that you could count on if they were open or if you could even make it to them through the snow. So lucky enough, we'd have friends who'd have a garage mini ramp or something shitty in their basement just to get you by, get your fix. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, now being 27, thinking like this hat has been through over a decade of travel, heartbreak, pain, injury, blood, sweat, tears, all that fucking poetic nonsense. But it's made me, it's kind of made me who I am in a sense. Like I've been recognized because of this hat. Like if I don't have this hat on, it's kind of like Superman in his cape. He just goes back to being, you know, Clark Kent in glasses. He doesn't have his cape. This is kind of like my cape. And plus I just don't wear a ton of other hats. I take that back. I've been wearing, experimenting, going out because this thing's pretty ratty. I just kind of look homeless going out with this fucking hat on if it's not a skate park setting. But yeah, I feel like I'm just rambling. But yeah, this hat is just reminding me to keep things fun, keep skateboarding what it was, and it was fun. It was clueless. It was just something to do with your friends, and to me that was everything because 13, 14, you're really finding yourself, trying to find where you fit. It's awkward as all hell. I mean, it's awkward as all hell at my age now, and I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But I'm having fun doing it. Like, I left my hometown. I live in California now. Like, that's a wet pipe dream. I mean, where I come from, and a crapshoot at that. I mean, if you would have told me 10 years ago, like, hey, you'll live in San Diego and 27 and you'll be skateboarding and, you know, you'll go a lot of places, you'll go overseas, you'll go all over the country, you'll drive and leave Kokomo. And me at 13, I'm like, what's San Diego? Clueless, you know? But I don't know where I'm going with this video. I'm just felt like rambling before work because it sounded kind of fun. And I've gotten a lot of, you know, comments and questions about my hat. But yeah, I love this hat, and I've added so many little pins and features to it, and it's just become part of me. It's now, it's the physical embodiment of what I am in hat form, and it is short and beat up and smells bad sometimes. Kind of like me, but you know, gotta keep it clean. Yeah, so in the Grosso patch, I mean, who doesn't like Jeff Grosso? I mean, he's the man. We all miss him, and I mean, we're watching Love Letters right now, so I usually watch that before I go do anything, just get hyped up. But and just learn a little thing or two about skateboarding, because man, there's so much to learn about it and so much more to contribute to it, whether it's you, me, or some kid in Bangladesh who's just now learning how to skateboard. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else we could talk about this hat. Oh, it's got a lot of flack. A lot of people do not like this hat. I've gotten threats of, I'm gonna burn your hat, or, dude, throw that hat out the window, or man, that's the ugliest fucking hat I've ever seen in my life. What is that? Usually people ask, what is it? And the correct term, I guess, or how to, identify it, it's either called a cadet hat or an engineer's cap. I'm not really sure. I either get referred to as, hey, I like your mailman hat from the 40s, or you work on the railroad. And I'm like, yeah. Funny enough, my first job when I moved out here, I worked in advertising. I applied vinyl to trains and trolleys of downtown San Diego. So I do that at 10 p.m. and work till about 4 a.m. putting these big stickers on the trains, avoiding tweakers left and right. But yeah, so I did work on the railroad. Whatever. I wouldn't last a day on the real railroad. Can't talk. But yeah, that's the story of my hat. And I guess what I will leave you with, not that you asked or care, is that skateboarding is the greatest thing someone can find in their life. And if they're ever so lucky to do so, if they take it serious and also not take it serious, it'll keep you coming back for more and more and more. Like, people say, oh, I fell back in love with skateboarding. I fell in love with skateboarding. I've done that 2 or 3 times. I fell back in love with skateboarding. I found vert in 2016 after not knowing a fucking thing about it. And I would drive 2 hours to Florence, Kentucky to skate ollies. I don't know if you guys know what that is, RIP. But had indoor vert ramp. And I met these 2 old men there on a birthday trip with one of my buddies for his little brother. And we met him there, and I dropped him on this ramp padless. And they were like, yo, you need to get pads because we hate watching you run shit out. It just hurts our knees. And so I went on Amazon, and Amazon me some shitty knee pads and a ProTech full cut. And it was on after that. And after that, I would once a week drive 2.5, 3 hours to learn how to ride a vert ramp. And every week I was relearning what I did the week before, because you get 1 shot a week and then it's back to work and, you know, back to reality. But my escape would be that one day a week to go relearn skateboarding, and that'd be vert skateboarding, the deadest form of skateboarding, and we're keeping it dead, as they say. But yeah, I grew up a street kid. I jumped down shit. It didn't get too technical. It just didn't. I just wanted to go fast and scare myself. And when that kind of ran its course, I found vert, and that gave me a whole other theater to do it on. And I'm still doing it, and I'm paying the price. Got 2 broken wrists, broken rib, shitty fucking knees, but all the old heads in the comments, I'm sure, like, just you wait until you turn 30, then you're fucked. They're probably right, because my knees feel it now, and I'm only 27. But yeah, there's a lot of skateboarding left to do, a lot of life left to live, and I don't want to sound too full of myself, like I have so much life experience, but man, dude, skateboarding makes you grow up fast. It teaches you how to adapt with other people of all ages. It teaches you how to just, you know, read a room if you're lucky enough to do so. But yeah, keep your head on a swivel, read your surroundings, and yeah, just keep it fun. The more expectations you have in skateboarding and the more pressure you put on yourself, the less fun it's going to be. So, only thing I can say is go skate, but have no expectations. You know, have a premise, you know, have a goal, but don't rush it. Let it come to you. Go to a spot and let that spot tell you what it wants. And just break it down, you know, little by little. You have all the time in the world to do it. And start small. Chip away at it. It'll click, and if it doesn't, it'll click next week. If it doesn't then, it'll click next month. And if not, maybe do it another trick or something. I don't know. But yeah, it works for me. No expectations. That's my New Year's resolution. Just go in with it blind, have fun. Have a light goal in the end, but see what you can do to get to that goal. But yeah, I'm talking about tricks. Life goals, I don't know what I'm doing. Figuring it out. But there's no rush on that either. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great, what is it, Tuesday? Yeah, I'm about to go to work in a little bit. So I hope this was something you could do on your lunch break. I don't know, evening out. Kids go to bed, watch me talk about whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna shave my face and clean this up, so this is never gonna happen again. But yeah, have a great Tuesday, guys. Thanks.